Field R from Houston, Texas. Today I'm going to be showing you how how I make my own amendments for the soil. Today was the day that I turned all of my 4-year-old, 3-year-old, and 2-year-old soil buckets over. I'll be going outside to show you guys that in another short video. But I pulverize by hand all of my eggshells. I used to use a coffee grinder, but then I thought about, okay, well, what happens if there's no electricity? I used to bake them to dry them out so they could be brittle, but then I said, well, same thing. If you have no electricity, you can't use your oven or no gas, you can't use the gas stove in order to, dry the eggshells out fast. So how would I do that over the course of how long it takes for the eggshells to dry out? So what I do is every day I come in for about 20 or 30 minutes and I use my Morton pistol that my wife bought me about 2 years ago. When I used to grind my own seasonings. You can see my seasoning jars here. I kind of keep them and I make my own lemon pepper seasoning. I just repackage them, grind up my own sage whenever I get it. I just pop it back in the container. I mean, why not? But every day I'll come in and I'll check to see how much moisture is still in the eggshell. Okay, and then I'll do about a half an hour of just me doing a mild pulverizing until it gets the consistency that I want. I like a powder because what I do is I take that same powder and I put it inside of my composting buckets. And I kind of feel like if the eggshells are broken down to a powder level, they'll break down even faster when they get into the compost bin. So instead of waiting, 3, 4 years for them to completely break down and integrate into the soil, um, I just pulverize them to kind of speed that process up. Now, these are eggshells after I both boil eggs and actually crack the eggshells and just cook the eggs. I pickle my own boiled eggs. Since I have type 2 diabetes, I'm always looking out for ways to improve my calcium intake, my intake of natural vitamins and minerals. So that kind of got me interested in growing my own food on my patio. Now, I also pickle some of my harvest. I actually got some pickled peppers in the refrigerator and with my pickled eggs from 2020, and they're still red inside the pickling jar. So I took some out a couple of weeks ago, and I used them in a baked chicken dish with rice I made in the oven. So, and they were very tasty. Still had flavor. Still had that kick of spice and heat. So I'm thinking that this year I'm going to try to pickle my bell peppers that I'm growing on the outside. I kind of skipped over jalapeno peppers this time. I just collected the seeds and used some moisture absorbent tabs to kind of preserve the seeds. So right now I got an extensive seed collection. I have my seed containing box. And I'll show you that seed containing box I have in a little bitty containers I picked up to store the seeds in. And so I kind of got the idea from my brother-in-law of just harvesting seeds. He gave me about five. Well, he gave me a packet of 10 heavy hitter okra. I planted all 10 seeds, and now I have over 15. I mean, over 150 seeds just from those 10 initial seeds. I have 150 seeds that I am keeping. So I have both first generation, second generation, and third generation seeds. And then I'm going to plant them consecutively over the next couple of years with some of the oldest generation first, and then the next, and the next, and the next. So I can kind of improve it as I improve the soil content as well. So this is one of the amendments I use with my soil is eggshell. So I just want to just say, sometimes, it's really relaxing to pulverize it by hand. I can see why ancient people enjoyed, just doing anything that required any kind of work or labor, because you work with your hands. And that's what the word says. A man ought to work with his hands and be of good cheer, be a man of love, and be a person that exemplifies what the word says, not just dressing it up or looking the part, but being that which the Most High Yahweh has commanded us to be, is to be like Him and to share His character and His essence and His presence. And through obedience is how we connect to His provision, His providence, His promises, His protection, and His presence. So we are geared towards obedience, but the world is geared towards disobedience. So we're fighting an uphill battle. But each one of us, if we choose every day we wake up, because He's given us time, space, and opportunity to further and deepen that relationship we have with Him in fellowship and in obedience. So take each day, you know, and live it as if you are living your very last day on earth. Okay, you want to be known, like Proverbs says. You want the Proverbs says about the virtuous woman. You want your husband or your wife to be known as a person who is exemplifying everything that the Most High says, and you want them to say the same thing about you. You don't just want to act it or pretend it in front of people. You want to be it through and through. That's our reasonable service. All right. You guys have a blessed day. Yabaru. Shalom, shalom, family. I hava and love you all greatly. Shalom.